No, you don't like it.
It has that very artificial sugar flavour.
Yeah, for sure. That's why I like it.
No, I hate
Sugar free.
Yeah, but you can get sugar free that doesn't taste like that. Like
So-
that sugar free.
So what, you're addicted to Primes now?
I only like these two flavours, and you can only get them at 7-Eleven. So if I stop at a 7-Eleven, I'll get them.
My go-to Prime is the pink one. I think that's the same as this, isn't it? Watermelon kiwi, maybe?
Maybe. I couldn't. The other ones were too sweet.
Pussy. Fucking pussy. And that's direct from Logan Paul.
From what?
Calling you a pussy.
Why?
Is that like...
I don't know. It's
That's
very wobbly. I don't know
Okay.
what you've...
Tighten that up.
Easy.
Nikita
Noise.
Nikita did Elf on the Shelf in the podcast studio last night, and I was like, oh, I bet something's going to be out of place.
There we go.
And there we go. The microphone almost fell off. Have you guys been pumping Elf on the Shelf?
Yep.
Have you?
Stuffed it in a balloon the other day. I didn't remember my picture. Looked like it was stuffed
Oh,
in a
yeah,
condom.
you did, yeah. Do your kids still believe?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's sick because
I was
don't
like,
know.
if you touch it, you get no presents.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
I wish my kids did that. They're like, fuck you. I think there must be rumours going around Westy's school before they finish for holidays. And he's like, the elves aren't real. He's like, you guys are moving them. And I'm like, no, we're not. And then luckily Nikita's pretty good at like tricking him. So she's like, well, if you don't believe, then your elf will go away. And he's like,
Oh, yeah.
and I think that made him nervous enough to like buy in for another year or so.
It's hard. The hard sell would be actually take it away for a day and be like, ooh, just leave a note.
Yeah.
You didn't.
That would fucking crush him though.
Yeah.
I would not want to deal with the tantrum that day just to make a point. Parker's elf is still here.
You're like, oh, you didn't believe.
I was telling Nikita, remember that day Westy was back when we worked together and Westy was sick and I had to bring him in my last week.
Yeah.
And I don't know if like we forgot
I tried to bribe him to like me with chocolate.
Yeah, but we started talking about Santa and then you forgot Westy was in the room or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like trying to give you a look and then you like change the subject or something. I'm like, oh, that's a close one.
No, I think I was aware enough to like, I'm not going to say fucking something, but it was still, we were talking about Santa stuff. And Matt goes, I think you're okay.
Oh, I miss you guys.
Ash.
Yeah.
Do you even know?
No, Ash doesn't know. Hey, Ash, we've been ripping on you the whole time because the last time you came and hung out with us, all you said 12 times was, oh, I miss you guys.
I don't want to make fun of Ash when he's not here.
No, me either. He was meant to be here. Where the fuck are you?
Exactly. Okay, I don't feel bad anymore.
No.
I sent him a message that said, I miss you guys. His response was, lol, move up here and work with us.
Shut up, Ash.
I said Tara probably would.
Off his go then. Everyone fucking run
Yeah,
away.
yeah.
I had to send Adrian a message for the people that listened last week. I know Adrian wouldn't have listened, so this is news to him.
No, I did listen for sure.
No, you didn't. What am I about to talk about?
Wolf of Wall Street. Did I get it?
No.
Fuck.
The water leak in my front yard
that
I spoke about last podcast is still gushing.
What is it from? Is it not your house?
Nah,
I was going to say, fuck, check your meter.
Luckily enough, it's the council lots one. So I've called them. I've been on the phone like every day. They come and they go and they're like, oh, we need bigger machinery, blah, blah, blah.
To what?
Yeah, exactly. It's fuck all. They have to dig a hole, fucking crimp it up and then fill the hole back in.
What is it though? Like, it's water. Is it actually, like, can you connect to it?
What do you mean? Like
it's
I guess
something's leaking, but there's no like meter.
Well, their meter's ticking.
Yeah.
Yeah. They've got a meter on there because we're next to like I don't know exactly what it's called, but it's some council water facility thing.
Okay. Sewage treatment plant.
Yeah, that's what I was so worried about when I first saw it coming out, and I'm like, fuck.
It doesn't smell. Sometimes it smells weird out there though, but see, it's clear.
No, fuck that.
Fluoro pink.
Yeah, it's healthy.
Talking about
but yeah, such a hassle, and I just got a complete bitch on the phone on Friday, and I'm like, what's the deal? Because it's at the point now
you
where,
had a bitch.
Yeah, like because I've been calling the council.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's filling my yard with water, and obviously it's at the top, so it's just running down. And I'm
So you
like,
have just fucking mud.
yeah.
Mud.
I'm like, it's at the point where I can't reverse my ute out of my driveway now without driving through a massive pile of mud. And she's like, oh, well, the last team we had out there said that everything will be fine until Monday. And I'm like, yeah, because they're a bunch of lazy fucking council cunts.
Did you say that?
No.
I was like, Jesus.
You know me. I was like, oh, no worries. See you Monday.
Yeah, I was going to say, all right, thanks, bye.
But I was
you get
thinking
a completely different story. No wonder nothing happens. They probably came out here like, we can fix this. No, don't worry about it. It's the weekend. It's Christmas time. Monday's fine.
Oh, fuck.
That's what happened, isn't it?
No. Anyway, so yeah, the water's still gushing. And she's like, the water's not running though. I'm like, it is. I'm looking at it right now. She's like, oh, they haven't made a note of that. I'm like,
what do you think the point of the fucking
Yeah.
pipe is if the water doesn't run through
exactly. I'm like, I don't know what you want me to say. I'm looking at it. My yard's full of water and you guys are doing nothing.
Guess what? Free swimming pool for you.
Yeah. Don't talk about swimming pools in this house. Nikita's back on it again.
Again? Why didn't she come?
She probably could have come.
Too busy, elf on the shelf.
I think because we locked it in
for yesterday.
Yeah. And then it was just assumed she wasn't going to come on, and I forgot she could come on tonight.
We can pause.
Nah. It's too late.
Get ready. I'm going to message her.
Nah. Nikita, are you coming on?
I'm messaging her.
No one gives a fuck about this right now.
What? About what?
Waiting for Nikita to come in.
That's all right. We can talk while she gets ready.
All right, talk. Go.
Huh?
I fucked my back this week. My big business ventures. It was the week I've been dreading. Because I had
big business, like just work.
Just work, yeah.
Why?
Because I had installs of 2 jobs with giant pantries on my own.
How do you do that anyway?
Just
No, like don't be a fucking
just sheer grit and massive biceps.
and 1 fucked back.
Yeah.
And 4 slip discs.
Pretty much. No, I just got a like a little fridge trolley. Yeah.
Does that even work? Every time I've tried, like they flex.
Yeah, it takes so long. Like the first few jobs I did on my own took me ages, and I think I put a couple of holes in some walls and stuff. just smear a bit of gaps in it.
I've patched holes in walls with gaps.
Yeah, me too. Always.
Smear a bit of
But now it's like it's almost like a second set of fucking hands for me, because I found it so easy. Like I just literally.
Well, it is easier than lifting the thing.
Yeah, but like just maneuvering it and stuff, and I like don't even hold the trolley anymore.
Yeah,
I
you just hold the cupboard.
Yeah, and I actually kind of find it easier than carrying in a big cupboard with like
Another
a dickhead
person.
apprentice or something like that.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, fucking watch the wall, blah, blah, blah.
You're not wrong.
But you're not right.
No, you're not wrong. Just it.
Yeah, perfect.
For once.
But anyway, I got through.
So you fucked your back.
I got through Tuesday's job without fucking my back. I'm like, oh, this is good. And then Thursdays, I was like, there was just a fuck turn where I had to half bend down with the trolley and shit. And I just like, ugh. So then Thursday night, had to have dinner around at Mum's house, and she's like, "Oh, let me go to the goodie container." Like Willy Wonka's fucking ketamine
What the fuck?
drip. But yeah, so got some good painkillers, and now I'm on top of the world.
Are they even in date?
Yeah, I checked that. I think I've said it on here 100 times. She just rocks up, and they go, "Oh, the usual."
Usual? That's so crazy.
Yeah, I know, it's nuts. But yeah, feeling better now.
That's good. Tara's back's still fucked.
Yeah, what's the story there?
So
You don't have to say it on here if she doesn't want it public. I don't give a fuck.
your back's fucked.
Yeah, go.
So like a month ago, she helped me like guide a dryer off the wall.
Okay.
Or lift it off the wall
Yeah,
or
yeah.
whatever. But like I tried to hold most of the weight and just like
Yeah.
make sure we don't smash it through the wall. And then for some reason, I don't know what she did, but she managed to hurt her back doing it. Kind of muscle pain. And so that was kind of shitty, but not like super severe like back injury.
Yeah.
And then her back was kind of fucked. And then a week later or something, she was cleaning up something and then sneezed and then like took her out. She's just on the floor. Yeah,
that's the
fucked her.
worst. The last time I fucked my back was a sneeze.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is so
bullshit.
fucked. Yeah. 100%.
Yeah, so she was fucked. And then we ended up, we were meant to be going away to Bundy. And then we couldn't because she couldn't. She was like, and she goes, "Oh, I'll just sit, I'll be all right. We'll just sit in the car." Like, there's no way. You can barely even lie on the bed. We can't sit in the car for 5 hours to Bundy.
Yep.
Anyway, so we just pushed the trip and then took her to the hospital, got some scans. And the hospital was good, but they were also fucking useless. We waited there for a fair while, a decent while, but pretty quick in terms of like emergency on the weekend. And then so she got into a bed into the emergency, went and had scans, came back, and like 20 minutes later, she got a ping on her phone that was like, "Oh, your scans," and like it was all of her scans on the phone.
Right.
But we were still waiting for 4 hours, and then we had to hit the nurse. I was like, "What's the go?" Like, she's like, "Oh, they're waiting for your scans so they can analyze them." Like, nah, we've had them for like 4 hours. Oh, okay, let me just go chase that up. And then 2 seconds later, a doctor comes through.
Fucking lying cunts.
It's dumb because for sure other people would want the bed.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, I don't like.
Yeah.
Anyway.
No, I remember last time Parker was in hospital like 2 months ago or something. They literally said he could go one day and then they're like, "Oh, we're just going to keep you again another day." And he was running around fine and stuff. And I think Nikita was like, "Don't you want the bed for like another sick kid or something?" So I don't know. Yeah. It's weird.
It's weird. It's like,
let's get conspiratorial with Ash.
Yeah, Ash.
Ash.
Yeah, let's just call him up. Call him into the podcast.
Should prank him like we did Jake that time.
We don't have anything to prank.
I can think of something.
His car. Oh! We can't.
No, we definitely can't. That's an Ash story to tell on the older podcast.
Anyway, yeah, so there was that, and then we went to a doctor.
Yeah.
Because I gave her oxy at the hospital.
Okay.
A script, and she doesn't like it. She goes, "Oh, it makes me feel nauseous. And if I throw up, that's going to be way worse."
Yeah.
Fair enough. So we went to the doctor.
I'll take him.
Yeah. I looked up, I was like, "How much is oxy worth on the street?" It's not worth much.
Where would you sell it as well?
I was like, if it's worth like $75, that's pretty cool. But no, not at all. Anyway, so she got regular codeine from the doctor. And the doctor does this weird thing. They're like, "Oh, once you've got your pain under control, we'll figure out a pain management program for you to do at the physio." Like, if the pain's under control, why do you need pain management?
Yeah.
That seems dumb.
It does seem dumb.
Anyway, so I was like, "Fuck that, let's go to the physio anyway." We went to the physio and they're like, "All right, cool, we'll sort out this thing." Look at the scans, like, "Okay, so what you actually have is one, I don't know if it's 1 or 2 slip discs,
Okay,
or bulging discs, and then 1 ruptured disc. So like, in between your spine, in your vertebrae, you have like intervertebral discs.
Yeah.
And it's like got a thick outer layer and like a soft jelly inside. And if it splits, then it just shoots inside out. Press on your nerve. Not great.
Not great.
Not great.
Fuck yeah.
I don't know.
So that's what she's got.
Pretty much, yeah. She said it started to make her leg numb, which is not.
No, that doesn't sound good.
No, they're like, if we can't fix it, you probably have to go to surgery and they'll scoop it out.
Oh, that's fucked. Fucking hell.
Which she's kind of freaking out about.
Yeah, I bet. That's crazy. Well, hopefully she starts to feel better.
Yeah, I was just glad that like they said, "Oh, you don't like shit your pants or anything." Like, not like that.
Yeah.
They said it more medically.
Yeah.
You still have control of your bowels. Like,
even the way you said it was so judgy. Like, you don't shit your pants or anything, do you?
as a matter of fact, I was doing that before I hurt my back.
Oh, fucking hell.
So that's pretty much that.
That's sick.
She seems... I don't know if she's just pushing through now, though, or if she's actually, starting to feel better. See.
Some injuries are weird, eh? Because how long... And I'd never even thought about this until I was talking to... actually, it was fucking John Peacock that came in. His wife just had, I think it was like a hip replacement or something. How long do you reckon you're down for before you get up?
Interesting. Hip replacement.
And I'm trying to remember the exact time he fucking said now so that I don't sound like a complete fuck, but I think I have the rough time.
How long do I think you should be down for? Or were they like...
From the surgery, how long do you reckon you're meant to be up and walking around again?
Oh, okay. It's
not as normal, but...
I think it's counterintuitive because I think if you don't walk, then everything seizes up.
Yeah, exactly.
So 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks. I thought that was crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy.
Yeah.
That's like, we had a family member that, I don't know if I ever told you this, maybe I did. She had to have brain surgery, like something removed, a tumor or something.
Yeah, yeah.
She was in hospital for a day, and they let her go.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
Like,
hectic.
what the fuck?
100%.
Holy, what? That doesn't make any sense to me.
That is
but then,
crazy.
like, if you think about it, I guess, okay, hospitals are pretty dirty. You don't want to get an infection in your freaking brain.
That is nuts. A day is nuts.
Yeah, I was like, she couldn't fly or anything, obviously. She had to stay, like, we flew to Sydney, and it was just had to stay in Sydney, and we just went and hung out with them. But it was just crazy to me.
100%. There was, so again, last week when you weren't here, I did a bit of a little UFC teaser for today's fight card.
Well, is it on now? Or not?
No, it was on today.
I was on today already?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But since we're talking about injuries and shit, we might as well jump in. I got a couple of videos and photos of shit that happened today that was just mental.
Nothing like Anderson Silva shit.
His shin. Nah. Oh, nah, not really. So, fucking, hang on. Just trying to find the videos and shit.
Oh, so prepared.
Yeah, I've got them here. Nah, so this is one of the most fucking brutal knockouts I've ever seen. So, Bryce Mitchell is the guy in the camo pants.
Okay.
Let me...
I can't see him. Go full screen. How did you cap this?
It's off someone's TikTok. And I don't know, it's somewhere around here. Luckily, I bet on the winner on this one.
Nice.
Against my better judgment.
Why?
I don't know. He just took it on late notice.
Okay.
And this guy, how hectic. He got knocked out so hard, he starts convulsing.
Yeah. Lights out.
Fucking brutal.
Is he bleeding? How many does Rogan commentate a lot now still or not really?
He only commentates on...
Amazing.
See?
He's dead. He's
Fucking
dead.
nuts. that was some weird TikTok guy. But yeah, brutal, eh? So Rogan only does all the North American ones, I think.
Isn't that much
North American pay-per-views. So he doesn't do it every week. So
Yeah.
at most it's once a month. But if it goes to Australia or fucking England or something, he doesn't go there.
He's not going to fly here.
Nah,
He
but
refuses.
yeah, it'd be good if he did and tied it into a comedy tour or something.
Yeah.
But that was brutal. The other one I had was fucking this one. So this was nuts. And I was on here last week, if you listened, talking mad shit.
I did.
I was talking mad shit about a couple of fights on the card because every fight, it was the end of the year card, so it's stacked. And there were two fights that I was like, oh, these fights are going to be fucking shit. They're going to be my toilet fights that I'll just go to the toilet, get a drink, blah, blah, blah. Anyway.
And you did, and it was something awesome.
One of them was two chicks.
Oh, here we go. That's why it was the toilet fight, was it? Okay, I see how it is.
No, they're not just like, yeah, I don't know. Unless it's like when Ronda was fighting and fucking Amanda Nunes and shit like that, where they're just demolishing people. But when it's like just the lower level chicks.
What's the weight class though?
I
Do
think
they
this
even have a big weight class in like
biggest chick ones? I think is bantamweight, which is fuck all. Anyway, Aldana versus Rosa. Check out this. This is them in like fucking. That's their faces.
Fuck.
Nuts, eh?
Pretty brutal.
It's crazy shit. And then
It's like it's it's bad because it's like instant swelling. Is that blood and spit coming out of it?
yeah.
Yeah, the instant swelling, it's got to be fucking bad.
For sure. And then so from me thinking it's going to be a fight not to watch, Rogan's first comment as soon as he started
This is a fight to watch.
as soon as he started interviewing the winner, he's like, that could possibly be the best fight I've ever seen. And I was like, fuck. And it's nuts that because it's crazy that I've built this card up so big in my head that this fight was going to be shit. Turns out to be like the best one. And then the main event was it was meant to be fucking
Yeah, it was
fireworks to
kinda
cap
whatever.
off the year, and it was just like,
Yeah.
this was
It's
okay.
usually like that though.
I know, it's
like
so
you
annoying.
Boost your expectations and then like get.
It's so annoying. Every main event I build myself up for like that just falls so short.
Why don't you just not do that then?
I really should, but I just get so involved in all that. So this, obviously, you don't follow the UFC closely enough, but
You're the Jersey Shore equivalent of
it's
UFC.
it's my Desperate Housewives of UFC shit. So I don't know if you
I've
know.
seen you must love Tough. Do you watch? You must.
I used to. I don't watch it anymore.
It's exactly that though.
Just that got a bit too much for me.
You're splitting hairs.
No. So the main event was Colby Covington versus Leon Edwards. I don't know if you know who either of those are. Yeah.
I know the names. I'm not
Yeah,
going to tell you
okay.
their stories.
So now, tell me,
Yeah.
tell me their last 5 fights and who they versed, and what their records are.
And what did he punch? What's the
Yeah.
percentages?
So Leon Edwards is just like your typical nice guy. Everyone sort of likes him. He won the title in like amazing fashion.
Yeah.
One of the craziest fucking knockouts in history. Blah blah blah. Other than the
I
one we
hate
just
that.
watched.
'Cause there are so many that are the craziest
But this
knockouts in
one,
history.
this one was
It's like your kick, isn't it?
it was
2012 fucking whatever the fuck
Oh,
it
right.
was.
Yeah. No. So this one was actually nuts because he was losing the whole title
Yeah.
fight, and his coach.
Sounds so familiar.
It was a literal Rocky movie.
Yeah.
His coach in between like the last round, he goes, "You're losing this
Yeah.
fight. You need to pull
Do
it out of the fight. Do something." He gets all the way to the final minute of
Yeah.
round 5. He's fucking demolished, and he just launches this head kick out of nowhere and knocks out Kamaru Usman out of.
Is it just like, like, obviously they're well trained and it's well executed, but was it kind of just like a swing for the fences? Like I'm going to try something.
I
It has
think
to
so.
be.
It was when you watch it back, it was perfectly set up because he like fakes with the left and then he
Yeah.
follows with the kick
Yeah.
when he like goes to
Yeah.
duck, and it's I don't know.
This is my last ditch.
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Anyway, so everyone loves him because he's complete underdog story. Fucking grew up in the slums of Jamaica. Blah blah blah, and his dad was a gang leader when he was a kid,
Okay.
and he got murdered. So in this press conference for this one, everyone wanted Colby to win. And the grand plan, Trump was in the crowd today. If Covington won, Trump was going to come in, put the belt on him, and they were
Fuck
going
off.
to do a full MAGA speech
Bullshit.
in front of everyone.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it was all scripted.
that
It was all
makes-
planned out.
That makes it even like
Yeah.
more interesting.
So everyone was like half keen for that. Anyway, in the press conference 2 days ago, Covington's talking his usual smack talk that he does. And then he goes, "Oh, in the fight on Sunday, I'm going to take you to the depths of hell." And Leon Edwards is just shrugging it off.
Yeah.
And he's like, and Covington could see he wasn't biting. So he took that extra step that no one should. And he goes, "While we're in hell, we can go and say hello to your dad while we're there." And Edwards just snapped and he started throwing microphones and drink bottles. And the poor cunt's like, he's one of those guys that when he gets worked up, he can't control his emotions. And he's
That's
like,
not.
started,
Don't the poor. No. That's.
dude, in front of all those people.
Yeah, I get it.
And he like started crying
Yes.
and shit stormed off.
Okay, I get it. He crossed the line, but still.
Yeah. Anyway, because of that, I was like, he's
Fuck
either
you.
going to let it get to him too much and get knocked the fuck out because he'll be fighting with emotions, or he'll come out and kill this guy.
That's dumb. That's because you just gave both options.
Yeah.
I hate that.
Exactly.
Yeah, of course,
You
it's
don't know
one or
what
the
to
other.
expect.
Of course.
Yeah. Anyway, I hedged my bets today so that I won
Yeah.
either way, but I lost both ways because it went to decision. So fuck both you guys.
How you hedged? That's not. That's like
I
saying
went Covington by submission or knockout, which were the two possibilities I thought was ever going to happen for that, or I went Edwards by knockout because he can't submit, and I didn't.
But
think.
how do you win either way? Then you must lose no matter.
No,
what.
because one was paying $4.50 and one was paying $5.40. So either one that wins, I come out on top, unless they both lose. Which is what happened today. Anyway,
I went to decision.
yeah. So then, like Edwards dominated him, but not enough to be like, "Fuck you" for saying that shit. And that was what Rogan was saying in the post-fight interview. He's like, "Do you wish you like finished him?" And he's like, "Yeah, like it's what I wanted to do."
And obviously, you can't say he wasn't trying. He was obviously trying
Yeah,
to. So.
yeah. He sort of did it in his own way. So he's not like a wrestler or a submission artist, whereas Covington is. So Edwards' big thing was he took Covington down like 3 times and he attempted a couple of submissions on him, which no one thought was even possible.
Yeah. You would obviously be training for that.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, you got to be fucking ready for anything.
Okay.
But yeah, that was a little lackluster. But 2 guys that stole the whole limelight on the entire card that shouldn't have even really been there. And again,
Trump.
Well, Trump. Dude, the pop that he got.
Of course.
He came out. It was like
people love him. They love to hate him. That's what.
100%.
I don't care who you are. He's fucking.
I've heard. I think it was Rogan. The last time he came to a UFC card, he talked about him as being like the fucking MAGA Avengers.
Yeah.
So,
MAGA Avengers.
The camera goes to the tunnel like it was a fighter walking out.
Yeah.
The camera
Does he get
goes
to walk through the tunnel.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
The camera goes to the tunnel. Trump's in the middle. Dana White's on his left, and Kid Rock is on his right. And they're just playing Kid Rock's music. And I'm like, what the fuck? This is so American.
Yeah,
anyway,
very America.
Yeah. So Sean Strickland, I think we spoke about him a while ago when he beat Israel Adesanya for the title, and he's the guy that the UFC don't want to be champion because he's real American and he says whatever the fuck he wants, and he's
good.
like, yeah,
that's why he should be the champion
for sure. Yeah, it's so good. Like he has one outfit: jeans, white shirt, and work boots, and that's what he wears to everything. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
And he
fuck all that bullshit.
What the fuck was that?
That water pipe.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, fuck that fucking $300,000 fur coat Conor McGregor bullshit.
Anyway, so he says what he wants when he wants. He talks about like he shat on. He basically shits on all these people in the press conference that have got colourful hair and they're wearing all the like stupid shit. And then he had a crack at the shit he was. Covington was saying about his dad, and he's like, "Fuck this guy." He's like, "I'll get in there and beat the fuck out of him for saying that." Blah blah blah. And you're like, "Oh, okay, this guy's real." Anyway, that guy there, I think you say his name is Duplessis. The fuck is that noise? Do you hear that?
Oh,
What's that?
is
that Nikita?
No,
It fully is.
that's fucking. You know what that is?
What?
That's the ghosts.
Nikita. Dude, what the fuck was that?
What's weird is that it was no other power, just the light.
I think it was Nikita fucking
ghost.
Let me check.
No, don't leave me in here by myself. All right.
Was that you?
No.
Turn the light off and on. Oh my god, this is such a dick.
No. Nice.
Okay, Nikita was laying on the bed innocently on her phone, and then she couldn't hold a straight face. So
she's innocently on her phone.
She was she was acting like this, like kicking her legs, and I was like, "Was that you?" And she's like, "What?" Anyway, that's the guy who's fighting, Duplessis. And I don't know why these guys got sat so closely together when they're fighting next month in a cage, but they stole the show like this.
Wait, they're fighting.
Yeah, so that basically to set this up, they're doing the panning thing the UFC does in between fights, and they're like, "Oh, this guy's here, this guy's here, blah blah blah."
Yeah, Trump's here.
Yeah, and just my favorite part about this whole thing is, like I just said, Sean Strickland's like real American, like fucking
just down to earth.
Yeah, and my favorite thing about this whole thing is, before what happens is about to happen, he asks, I'll just tell you so you fucking know. He launches over and he starts hitting this guy in the head, obviously. But before he does that, there's a lady and a little girl sitting there, and he's like, just politely, he's like, "Oh, can you guys please move?" And then they move a little bit, and this crazy cunt just launches himself in the crowd.
So it started with Duplessis sort of being shown. Strickland fires the gun. Duplessis dodges it. All right, so
he's still
I'm being
talking.
told that Strickland asks Gilbert Burns' son to move. Oh, and then,
wow. Oh my goodness.
Oh, wow.
Out of nowhere. That's That's kind of crazy.
way.
Well, he told him. Well, you could see Drake is behind him, still kind of talking once Sean turned his back. So I don't know if maybe.
He
Crazy,
must
yeah.
get in trouble for that.
Yeah, that's what Dana wasn't exactly stoked with it at the
The
post-fight.
champion, fuck you.
Yeah. So it's nuts, again, that two people that are fighting next month would be sat a row away.
Kind of, but you also... I get some of that animosity must be real between some people, but some of it must be hyped up too. So,
Oh, for sure.
and it must be in their contracts that they have to be amicable unless they're in the ring. Like there has to be.
Yeah, I guess so. But I don't know. Another part of me was like, okay, Israel Adesanya used to
Just like-
sell all the pay-per-view cards for this division. Now this guy's won it, and unless you're balls deep in the UFC, you don't really give a fuck about him, right? So
But that's because they don't know him.
exactly. So because he's champion now, he's going to be getting pay-per-view money from however many pay-per-views this card sells. So part of me was like, okay, the fight's next month. What's this cunt going to do to sell more pay-per-views? I'll just launch myself
Do you
across
think
the
it's
crowd.
that?
I reckon.
Do they actually have... Was there something that they like... for some reason?
Nothing major. Like
Okay.
that guy's had beef with literally the whole UFC.
That makes me
roster.
like skeptical. Like, was that set up then?
Possibly.
They were sitting so close to each other, one row apart.
Yeah. So that was another thing that made me think it was set up, because whenever anything like that happens in the UFC, Dana is always like,
Yeah, fuck that,
hush,
you're done.
Yeah, hush, hush. Nobody's seeing this footage. Fucking blah, blah, blah. Halfway through the main card, the commentators go, I'm sure it's all over social media. This has just happened in the arena, and we'll be playing the live footage at some point during the main card. And you're like, well, you guys never promote bad behavior.
Yeah.
Like, why all of a sudden are you...
Yeah.
So that's why part of me's like,
Can't throw a chair through the fucking bus thing.
yeah, exactly. Part of me's like, oh, maybe this next card isn't selling the greatest. And they're like, hey, want an extra 10 grand to stir up some trouble today at the fights?
I don't like it. I hate... It makes it... Like, I feel like it detracts from what... Like, the drama detracts from what UFC is... What at its core meant to be.
For sure. It's... it gets you invested, though. It has to.
Only if you're a white girl, fangirl like you
Yeah.
are.
And it's like 100%. And it's going to get me. Next
Yeah,
card.
it will.
It's going to get me.
I
I'll
will.
buy the card for that fight. I'll be utterly disappointed, and I'll see two
Other
fucking
people fighting each
flyweights.
other.
Yeah, two flyweights have an amazing fight and be like, oh, that was worth buying it for. But fuck you, main event, for screwing me again.
Yeah. We used to get boxing fights and watch them, but they used to give me the shits because they'd be like, you don't know how long they could be over like straight away.
For sure. Yeah, I can't get into boxing.
Yeah.
All the cards are just so long. There's so much shit like in between the fights and stuff. It's fucking does my head in.
UFC chat.
UFC chat. I had a bit of a awkward moment.
Okay.
Okay. I had a potential for an awkward moment this week. So at work, I had to go and measure a job for one of Australia's leading grocery distributors.
Okay.
Not going to say which one or anything.
Yeah.
So when
I'll just say them all.
yeah. When I measure a job, so it's at their massive distribution center, right? This place is fucking gigantic,
Yeah.
as you could imagine. And when I measure jobs, I've got like a little laptop bag. It's got my tape in it, my notebooks, blah, blah, blah. And so I've gone in, I measured this job, and I had to measure a long span. It was like over 10 meters. So,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that was that long.
Yeah, it's fucking huge. So I've got my little laser pointer, and my laser has to hit a solid surface. So I'm going through my bag so I can try and set something up. And from the comedy show we put on the other week, I had a little joke notebook left in there.
on the floor, and all my jokes got leaked to everyone.
I had a little notebook in there with a couple of jokes half written in there. And I was like, oh, I can just like fold that up at the end there. And I shot it against that. Worked perfectly, blah, blah, blah. So then I started packing all my stuff up. I'm writing sizes down on my iPad.
In my joke notebook.
Yeah, And I've started to walk out, and I've got halfway back through this distribution centre.
Got it.
And I'm like, fuck, I don't think I picked that notebook up. And I've said to the guy that's like escorting me out, I'm like, I have to go back. And he's like, oh, why? I'm like, I just left a notebook there. And he's like, oh, okay. And then when I got back there was like 3 guys around it. And, and I was so nervous that one of them was going to pick it up and be like, fingering
the
dog.
fuck?
Like, yeah. Oh, I need that back.
Hey guys, and then it was like a schoolyard bully situation.
Yeah. Just me in the middle there throwing my book. Give that back. But yeah, luckily enough, I got it just in time.
Before they saw it.
Yeah. I was nervous as fuck though.
That's pretty
Could you
funny.
imagine if someone picked up an open mic comedian's little notebook of half-fried ideas?
And then I said...
But yeah,
That's pretty funny.
it was.
I don't know why you had it in your bag.
I just purely had it left in there from last week. But yeah.
Fair enough.
I had a big show this week. You would have known if you listened last week as well, but
I can't keep up. You're just full of big shows.
I know. No, most of them. So I reckon the last.
I must have missed your recap of your TSG show.
Yeah, you did. You want the recap?
No.
Dog shit.
Because of you?
Yeah. Bit of column A,
Thought
bit
so.
of column B. I'll fill you in off the air
Yeah.
because these guys would have already heard it. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, big show.
Yeah.
So, Goodchat Comedy Club in the city finally gave me a Wednesday spot a couple of months ago, and that Wednesday was the one just gone. So yeah, got on my first big lineup up there, and it was nuts because they put the group chat together, sent it out, and it was literally all people that normally like headline other shows
And me.
Yeah. And I was
That's
like,
cool though.
yeah, it was sick. It was so good to be a part of. And I was nervous as fuck because of everyone else on the lineup and
They've
shit.
been like, "You're fine."
Most of them have seen me eat a bag of dicks before, like hard. Anyway,
Yeah.
and so I get there.
How many of them have seen you like do well?
Oh, a couple of them have seen me do okay.
Yeah.
None of them have really seen me crush, so to speak. But I did were you here when I spoke about that gig I did at Nunda for the... It was one of my biggest bombs I've had in a long time.
Yeah.
Anyway, the MC for that gig,
Yeah.
they were on this lineup as well. So I think when they saw me...
Redemption.
They were like, oh, I saw him eat a dick like 2 weeks ago. This guy's shit. What's he doing here? Anyway,
You
so...
think he said that?
No. It was just purely in my own head. That's the thing. Like, everyone has seen each other bomb, and no one really gives a fuck.
Well, I suppose
like,
everyone does it.
yeah, exactly. But the crazy thing that I noticed about this gig is I've done Bright Eyes at Good Chat so many times, which is their open mic night. And as soon as you get to the venue, the place is just a venue of fucking nerves because it's all just open micers.
Yeah.
Some for their first time. Everyone's trying to impress at the comedy club.
Yeah.
And it's just everyone's on edge. Everyone's like, oh, tonight's going to be my night. And it's just a big dick measuring contest.
Oh.
And then I got there on Wednesday night.
It's not that at all.
No, it was legit the most chilled environment I've been in yet for comedy. Everyone was out the back on the couches. They had their feet up. Everyone had their notebooks out. They're like, oh, what do you reckon about this? Like, just throwing ideas around. Everyone's having a chat about their fucking kids and family. And I'm like, this is
What is this?
sick. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is not an open mic night. Anyway, everyone was super polite to me, friendly. Like, oh, is this your first Wednesday here? Blah, blah, blah. And then...
No.
yeah. Anyway, lineup got done. I was second last, and I'm like, fuck. I'm like, that can either be good because everyone will be lubed up, ready for my fucked up shit, or everyone's going to
end on a downer for the fucking.
or everyone's going to be over it, going, when the fuck is this going to finish? The babysitter has to leave in 10. So, yeah, luckily enough, everyone gets up. Everyone's doing super well, and the place is sold out, like standing room only.
Fuck yeah.
So anyone that wanted to come was literally getting like guided out the back.
Jammed in,
Yeah, just to stand in the middle of nowhere.
It's cool.
Yeah, it was fucking sick. Anyway, everyone's crushing.
It's just crazy to me for a Wednesday night.
Yeah, it was nuts.
I guess it's like city life, right? Everything's just like, oh, let's just fucking go out for this.
Yeah, for sure. It's like most open mic nights on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday in the city, you like still get like 20 or 30 people randomly rock up. Anyway, the comedy gods shined down on me and gave me I'd probably say is my best set all year. Easy.
Fuck.
And of course, it
New
was
material.
One fairly new joke. I think I've done it 3 times.
Okay.
And even when I did it on that night, I was playing with fucking words and shit. And it was actually good because there was a line in it where it hasn't worked the last 3 times I've done it in open mic night rooms. And I'm like,
you gotta try it. You have to. That's the place that you have to.
Yeah, yeah. But when this line wasn't working, I found it hilarious, and I'm like, oh, it's just this these crowds aren't getting it. I need a bigger crowd. I did this line in the big comedy club, silence, and I'm like, that line's going.
Okay.
And I think it was good for that because it was like, okay,
it's not good.
Yeah, it's not good. It's just a fucked up thing that James thinks, and no one else thinks like this.
Okay.
Silence.
Did it rock you? Like,
no, that was the other thing that I was messaging the boys in the group chat. I don't know why, but I don't know if it was because of the environment, but I was so composed.
It has to be.
Yeah, it must have been. I was composed from the start. I'm not going to say there weren't lines that didn't work. There weren't jokes that didn't work, blah, blah, blah. But when something didn't work, I don't know what the fuck it was, but I just played into it a little bit, and I just had something for the crowd to be like, okay, that was shit. Here's something better, or fucking okay, I am a fucking pervert.
Let me join the club.
And then that'd break them again. That'd get a bigger laugh than my joke, and then I'd get into the next joke.
Okay,
and it was like, I don't know. I just felt like I was in that little fucking zone for
it's pretty cool
7 minutes. It was pretty sick.
That's what they say that you do it for, right? That's to hit that. Pretty cool.
100%. But of course, every time I get a fucking amazing gig like that, it's the gig that I'm like, because I was the new guy on the scene, I didn't want to be like, oh, I'm going to go set my phone up the back and record myself and blah, blah, blah. I know.
Just do it every time. Fuck it.
I sat down today and I did like a bit of I set up my notebook for like 2024 because I've got a bit of like a writing system that it's been half stewed all year. And every time I go and write something, I'm like, this would be better next year. So today I sat down and I like did it exactly how I wanted to do it before the new year rolls in. Yeah. So, one thing I want to do is record sets better. And I don't know,
it doesn't even have to be video, right? You can just do audio.
I voice recorded it.
Okay.
So I've got that, but still it's like, fuck.
Because you're planning on putting clips up or stuff?
I think I have to next year.
I think if you do of all your old material, it'll force you to do
for sure.
New stuff.
I think next year is the year I'm going to have to take that next step and put myself out there, that next little layer.
What's that? Making new material again?
No, not necessarily that.
That's putting your jokes out.
Yeah, that's another thing that I've made a little side deal with myself on is I feel like I've pigeonholed myself into this tight 10 and it's just all I ever do. Yeah. And every now and then I'll try something, it won't work, and I'll go, oh, that's scary. No. I'm going back to my tight 10.
Okay, yeah.
So I made a little bit of a deal that I'm going to do, and this isn't probably going to fucking happen. But
yes, it will.
I'm going to try it.
Because you're going to make it happen.
I'm going to try a joke 5 times and then get that out of the cycle so that I keep churning through new material. Maybe have like a base 2 or 3 jokes that's my set, and then new stuff in between all that.
Mm-hmm. But the base has to be new as well, right?
Eventually it will, yeah. Yeah. But I definitely want to churn out more material next year, especially if I'm going to start posting stuff as well. So,
have you thought about what kind of posting you're going to do? Is it going to be Instagram Live? Is it going to be TikTok?
Bebo and MySpace. I'm bringing it back.
Vine.
And chat roulette.
No. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Probably just Instagram at the moment. Might venture into TikTok, but I don't know. I don't really want a personal TikTok. It's so much like hassle.
Have a personal TikTok then. Just have a comedy one or whatever.
Yeah, but that's still my one to like manage.
Yeah.
Do you want to be my social media manager?
Hell, No thanks. That's a hard.
That's a hard no. But yeah, that pretty much wraps up my gigs for this year. I've got nothing else booked for the rest of the year, so...
What if someone calls? You'll take
Yeah, if someone calls.
Bat signals
Hang
out.
on.
James signals out.
No, I'm kind of...
I must do like New Year's shit. Someone must.
Yeah, there's shows in between from now to the new year, but I don't know. I sort of... The shows that I have booked are in the new year, and I thought it might be good to have a bit of a break and try and write some shit, get all this shit in order that I want to implement next year, rather than just go and 24/7.
That's your style, though.
I know it is. It definitely is.
Has it been tough?
Has what been tough? Life.
Slowing down.
Well, I've only just hit the brake, so hard to say. So far, no.
So far, no?
No.
Okay.
But
Did you end up finding out if those hobos left?
oh, good question. So that's another odd one.
Well,
So I still see him.
they were down there and they fucking smashed the water pipe.
Yeah, probably. No, I still see him. So he still walks down the street, and I'm like, you're definitely still back there, but we don't know how he's getting back there. And I went in. I did it on
How far, though?
pretty far. Like,
Okay, did you...
and I
you
went.
suited up?
I put my work boots on, so I didn't get fucking molested by the bushes and shit.
I would be more worried about a snake, but sure.
Fuck snakes. Yeah, I hate snakes. But
There'd be
anyway.
so many browns out there.
Oh, sick. Thanks for telling me now. But yeah, I went deep enough to... If he's any deeper than when I went, then, like, good luck to him. Like,
Yeah? You
Yeah.
must have gone fucking pretty far.
a little bit.
Or was it you went pretty far, or it just felt like you were far?
It probably
Fuck, it's the jungle out here.
took one step back. Yeah. No, it's... I went far enough, I think. I don't know where he is. I had a sneaking
Did you do a
suspicion.
cooey?
No, fuck no. I was so nervous that he was just going to pop out and be like, what the fuck are you doing in my house?
Okay, what time of day did you go? In my house.
Yeah. I don't know, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock.
Okay. Oh, midday.
Yeah.
Come on.
I have a sneaking suspicion. And I said this to Nikita. So I saw him sitting on the mailbox of a house that's for sale up the road.
And
I
he's
was,
squatting?
I reckon. Where else would he be going?
Your roof.
Probably. You up there?
No, you can't fit up there.
Neither can I.
That's kind of cool. You went down the bush. What prompted you to go down there?
I saw him again. So I saw him walking that way, and I was like, this is my chance. This is my one shot, my opportunity. My 8 mile moment.
You say lose yourself?
Yeah. I sang it the whole way down
Did
there.
you?
No, fuck no.
I'm just letting it's like when people like are out in the woods and they want to let bears know they're hey bear.
Oh, fuck. Nikita and I, you probably would have heard her saying, I want to finish that movie tonight. We started that movie we were talking about in the group chat, Leave the World Behind.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah. Yeah, you started talking about that other one. You
I
guys
thought
were
that's
talking
what it
about.
was.
What's that other one you were talking about?
Ash told me to watch. It's called Vivarium.
Yeah,
but I don't
that
know.
was
You had
it.
to pay for it. I don't know.
Yeah, fuck paying for shit. Leave the World Behind. It's like the new Julia Roberts movie on Netflix. It's like a thriller. It took Nikita and I 15, 20 minutes to get into it because it is shot a little bit weird, and it's like
As long as it's not hand cam, I don't mind.
no, it's not that. It's just very jump from scene to scene at the
Oh,
start.
I don't hate that. That's fine.
Yeah, and once you're in, you're like,
Yeah, it's-
makes
it's
sense.
story
It's-
itself,
yeah. I think that's why they did it. It shortens the start, like the starting story sort of thing. So then when the story does start to hit, you're like, okay. And
Oh, you haven't finished it yet. I was going to
No.
say, I wonder if it's like...
we've got about half an hour left. And
There's
it's
a movie called Crash.
Crash.
Fucking sick.
Sounds familiar, but I don't think I've seen it.
Of course not.
Of course not.
Everything is default. James hasn't seen
Yeah,
it.
of course. But yeah, I just fucking... Because we started it... We had to look after Nikita's niece last night, and she just stayed us up so late.
Is she
And
old? Older?
I think she's like 18 months or something.
Oh, still a baby.
Yeah. So we were like, oh, what can we do while we wait for her parents to come to pick her up? And we're like, oh, we'll just throw this on. And then we were both invested, but I just hit a point and I'm like, oh, I'm in.
Yeah. You can't watch movies on that.
Yeah. So I'm pretty keen to see how that ends.
All right, I'll watch it tonight.
Yeah. Oh, you will?
Yeah, because that's how people fucking work. You say, let's watch this movie, and then you fucking go watch it.
Yeah. So far, it's not the best thing I've ever seen, but it's enough to get me invested. It's enough to get me invested to be like...
Which means it must be fucking all right. If you're fucking sticking through it.
Do you know...
And haven't looked up the ending, fucking
I have a sneaking suspicion.
Don't you fucking dare look up the ending.
No, I won't. We'll finish it when you go.
No, she's watching it now.
She better not be. I have a sneaking suspicion, and this is all in my head, but I did watch something else this week, and I deep down believe that it's why I had an amazing set on Wednesday night.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
No.
So on Wednesday, a documentary style thing came out on Netflix called Headliners Only.
Yeah, okay.
It's Chris Rock and Kevin Hart. Yeah. They do like a little headliners tour of New York. And I saw
it. I haven't watched it, but I saw the thing.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's fucking... And it'd actually intrigue me if like you watch it or Ash or someone else, whether it's as interesting to you guys as it was for me. It was more motivating than interesting to see these guys...
What they do? Their process and stuff? Or
not necessarily that, but it basically... And Kevin Hart's already done heaps of shit like that. So a lot of his stuff was already like, okay, I already knew that, blah, blah, blah. But to see some of Chris Rock's stuff of like him taking a step forward and then getting fucking 10 steps back because he's just getting crushed by Saturday Night Live and everything else that happened in his career. And then just seeing him like now stand in front of like 20,000 people and he could say hello and these guys just fucking scream for him.
Yeah. Did I ever tell you I wasn't, up until the last one, I didn't really like his stand-up that much?
Really?
Yeah. I just wasn't that into it. Like, I don't know. I just, just whatever. Like, I'm not.
You're allowed to say that?
No. I was like, what, you know.
But yeah, it was cool because they go back to like New York and they go to all their little comedy clubs that they grew their teeth in and shit like that.
That's cool.
And then all like these major comedians like Jerry Seinfeld comes on and he's like, I remember seeing Chris Rock when he was like 16.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this guy's got something, blah, blah, blah. And part of me was like, are you saying that now because Chris Rock's made it? But if Chris Rock was still James Missing in the Brisbane scene, would you go, no, I don't remember.
This guy's got something. Still, maybe.
Yeah. But it was nuts to just see the whole documentary build up to one moment where they sold out Madison Square Garden and like Dave Chappelle comes out to open for him.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. It was pretty sick to have like 3 of the greatest on stage at once.
It's so funny because you like hear them talk about each other and like coming up, and it's just like they're just friends. Like all these people, like all these famous people are just like friends.
Yeah, yeah. And that Kevin Hart says that in the documentary. He's like says to Chris Rock, he's like, "You were the first famous person to even acknowledge I was in the room," sort of thing. And Chris was like, "Oh, really?" Like, and then Kevin Hart was like, "Well, I knew this person, but he shat on me, and this person shat on me, and this person just called me a midget bitch, and like blah blah blah." It was like, I thought it was a sick watch for sure. And there's a last scene. Are you going to watch it?
I want to watch the other movie first.
Okay.
I'm not. I don't know. I feel I'm into like a phase of I just want to watch thought-provoking things. I feel.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll blow the last scene for you, and it's already been blown on Instagram and social media and stuff.
Yeah, go.
But
not just for me.
When
there are 37 other people.
They did this tour like a year ago, and the documentaries just came out now. So there was a photo they all put on their Instagram of Chris Rock in the middle, and Dave Chappelle and Kevin Hart either side of him, and Chris Rock's holding a real goat on stage, and Kevin Hart in the documentary builds up, and he gets like Jay-Z in the green room and shit. He's like, when we finish the whole show, I'm going to call, because Kevin Hart closed, and he's like, I'm going to call Chappelle and Chris Rock back out on stage, and then Chappelle and I are going to go, oh, Chris, we've got a surprise for you. Because Chris Rock's the most humble of them all, I guess. And he's never really had his like moment of being the GOAT. So Kevin Hart's like, I'm going to give him a real life GOAT. Dave Chappelle and I are going to take a step back and we're going to let him have his moment in Madison Square Garden in New York. So that's the big plan, right? And Jay-Z's like, oh, that's beautiful. That's amazing. I wish I thought of that, blah, blah, blah. So they do it. And then they bring a real goat out on stage.
Shits on
Yeah,
stage.
shits all over the stage.
Fuck yeah.
But then, of course, the three of them just turned into this massive, like, fucking comedy bit that would have been better than the original thing anyway. But yeah, it was a sick fucking
It's a
documentary.
fucking goat. Of course he's going to shit on the stage.
100%.
He probably like saw these people and was like,
Yeah. We could finish talking about another goat.
okay, go.
Kanye was meant to drop his album this week,
Okay.
but he hasn't again.
Yeah. Again.
Second time, Kanye, that I've woken up early to listen to your album.
Why? Why would you wake up early to listen to it?
Him and Jay-Z are probably
Think you're going to get spoiled on something?
No, I just like being in the know.
You're such a fan girl.
Yeah, 100%. But I'm a little bit nervous because the first leak of the first song I've heard makes me think that maybe Kanye is having a little bit of fun with people on this album.
It's fine.
I don't know if it is fun because
Fine.
like his last album was Donda, which is like
Yeah, I know.
it was a fucking amazing album in my eyes. And then this one, he's just like talking about, he's like, I'm the king, the Burger King. And like,
So good. That is hilarious.
and he
Fuck yeah.
sampled the Backstreet Boys without their fucking permission. They're like, you're going to have to pay us. And he's like, I don't care. I'm releasing the album.
Please just pay it. He don't care.
Yeah, he's fucking a gazillionaire.
Yeah. Whatever.
But yeah, I'm keen to see what he comes out with. That track I heard could just be a troll.
I hope it's not.
I think it's legit.
First single.
It's the Backstreet Boys one that he sampled. So it's sick. It builds it up with that fucking sample of the Backstreet Boys. And then he just goes into this verse that doesn't make
That's funny,
much
though.
sense.
That's funny.
It is
It must
funny.
make sense.
I don't know. You'll hear it.
I will hear it.
Yeah, you'll hear it.
Okay.
All right, let's close on that. I reckon
boy.
we'll come back with Kanye's album next week, and
Yeah, we'll do a live listen, all right?
yeah,
Here,
I'll
tune in.
I'll put my neck out and I'll go. This is going to be some of the best musical genius we've ever heard.
I agree.
Quoted.
Quoted.
You reckon?
Yep.
You agree?
Yep.
Oh, not
If he's
often.
just ripping on shit, fucking, and then you know why? Why it is the most musical genius fucking ever? You could just be talking shit, right? And everyone will talk about it, and everyone will fucking play it.
Yeah,
and
for
listen to
sure.
it.
Yeah. You're probably right.
I'm a genius.
Probably. Yeah. Oh fuck yeah! All right, thanks for listening. Share it around. Do all the usual shit, and
See you next
see
week.
you later.
Bye.